Hey y'all, thanks for checking out Euclid Mining. So today I'm going to be talking about where to get your information from on what you should be mining. Now, we all know the What to Mine is the website we all pretty much go to, but there's other websites out there that have a lot of information and they're really not all the same. It's a little confusing, so I thought we'd just kind of look over them today. Excuse me, just had some pizza and see what we can find on where and what is the best information out there. So this is the one that we all know, What to Mine. We all look at this daily, if not hourly. I mean, because it seems to change. So what I'm going to be using today is the RTX 3060 LHR cards that I have. I also have the RTX 3060 Ti rig as well, but for just a card that I think is just the average card that the more common miner might have, or say the lower end common miner like myself might have, is the 3060s. So we're going to look at those today. Here it is right here. I got it up on the screen. And let's just go ahead and calculate that out. We're going to look at a couple different sites and just see what they're saying is the one to do. So Meow Coin has made a little impact. I'm not going to dispute it at this point. It's been on the list for a little over a week. Typically after about a week, difficulty spikes. Who knows about the coins or tokens, whichever one it may be, and is it going to last? And typically, they go up a little bit because they get a little action on mining, but then they inevitably start to come back down to Earth where all the other coins and tokens are. So enough said about Meow Coin, but I'll give it, it's over a week now. They've still been on top. So Neoxa and Caspa are the two that I'm mining right now. I've got my 3060 rig on Neoxa, and I've got the 3060 Ti on Caspa. Those are the two that I'm doing because when I come here, I really don't want to chase too many altcoins. That's all I could really say about Meow Coin right now. I didn't jump on it, and I didn't jump on it. It is what it is. BitTube Cash, do your own research before you jump into any of these. Make sure it's something you want to do. And that's another thing is that, we're all downloading all these new core wallets and different wallets that support these different coins and tokens. And I'm finding that I'm downloading more and more of them. And it's just more of a road that I didn't want to go down to do that. I'd like to have a centralized wallet or maybe, two or three that I'm using. But unfortunately, a lot of these, you do need a core wallet for them. Let's look here. Ethereum, Gem, Expanse, Ravencoin, Quirk, Conflux. A lot of these names. Grin was, top of the list for a while there. And now it's down a little bit. When I look at what to mine, I look at the first two sections, separated by the advertisement. So the first or second section are the ones that I look at the most. And as they get further down, they get a little worse in the line. As you can see, the profitability starts to go down. Not that everything isn't negative as it is, but that's what to mine. Now, another one that maybe you haven't checked out, and again, I'm going to be using the RTX 3060 for these, is MinerStat. And if you go to MinerStat, you can look up, if we scroll up here, you can see their drop down. They have a lot of ASICs, is typically what I would use this website for. But if you scroll all the way to the bottom, you can see that they do have, let's see, NVIDIA cards here, and a little above that, they have AMD cards there. So we're on the 3060 right now. And when I look at this one, it says that Eternity is the best one out there. I do have this listed with Marketplace. If we were to take the Marketplace off, it wouldn't show some of these other ones. But I figured just to show everything that's out there right now. Today is the 9th of October, just for reference on when I'm looking at these. So you can see that AE is 6 cents a day at a loss here. If I was to look back over here, that was in the third section down here. We are here, and it's saying I'm losing 17 cents a day. This is on a 10 cents right here. You can see for power, and MinerStat also is set at 10 cents. That's typical for the country, I think, for the most part. I know some people are a little plus, some people are a little lower than that, and good for you. I'm at 10.2 cents, I believe, per kilowatt hour. So when we look at that, you can see that Eternity is actually looks good here. If I was to look at this, I would say, okay, that's not bad. They have it on 2 miners. I like 2 miners, and of course, you use whatever pool that you like. 2 miners is pretty popular. I'm saying pretty popular. Yeah, they're very popular. But, you know, there's a lot of them out here that you can look at. Here's Ergo at 10 cents. If we look over at what to mine, let's see if we can find Ergo on here. Ergo is negative 15 cents. So, you know, quite a difference on there. Another one that I've been using, or at least looking at to get some ideas of some other ones, is the 2 Cryptic Calc. And this is from Mining Pool Profits. And if we come down here, I've got the 3060 right there. This one, I believe it's set at 10 cents. It doesn't tell you what that number is. Now, it does have Cortex at the top, but it does not have any information. So we're going to skip over that one and just go down to the next one. And we can see Beam is actually the best. And Beam is at $2.12. If we look at what to mine, let's see if we can find Beam. Beam is right here. Which, you know, doesn't make a whole lot of sense here. It's saying it's losing 20 cents. But if we look over here, we can see we're losing $2. Not as clear here as it is on the others, Neoxa. And that's just for the one car. That's just 130.60. So again, a little confusing here. Perhaps I'm looking at this wrong, but it's definitely a little more confusing. Another one that I've used, I think everybody's just checked it out just for the argument's sake, is NiceHash. You know, they have a profitability calculator. I've got the 3060 in here right now. Let's calculate that out. And it's saying losing 5 cents a day with NiceHash. Now, NiceHash, when you mine to it, it pays you out in Bitcoin. So if you did want the coin that you're mining, you would need to swap that back. That's their whole thing. NiceHash has had problems in the past. I don't recommend it. But then again, if it's the most profitable and you're pulling your money out at a reasonably, you know, regular basis, you may feel more comfortable with that. That's about the only way I would use it, is to be always pulling my money out and never letting a balance just sit in there because of past performance and issues they've had. So these are 4 that I've looked at. I think this is the one that I'm, you know, I'm sorry, here we are here. I'm looking on this side over here. This is the total for it, and this is what you're getting. So Beam is 19 cents. What was I looking at over here? Beam, was it up or was it down? Must have been up. Beam. All right, so 20 cents here, and it says, you know, it's in the green for 19 cents. You know, again, let's see if we've got Beam in here. I'm just going to look real quick. Beam down here, and it's losing 13 cents a day. So what to mine for Beam, you know, was 20 cents a day. You know, realistically, what's the answer? I mean, I can't even tell you. I'll be honest. I look at all of these sites. Of course, I'll have links in the description below to all of these. It's really just a question of looking at them and trying to kind of compare a couple of them. I think ultimately right now, and I don't care who you are on planet Earth, but right now, you, like me, we're all spec miners, right? There's no other way around it. There is not one coin that is profitable. And let me tell you, if there was one coin that was profitable, everybody and their mother would jump over on it. The difficulty would just shoot through the roof, and it would not be profitable anymore. So right now, there is a lot of people scrambling around. I know it's difficult. I struggle every day with this. Personally, mining Neoxa and Caspa right here, and that's all I've been just sticking with those. I figure, you know what, this is just, again, do what's best for your pocket or pocketbook, not financial advice. But for me, what I'm doing is that I'm sticking with probably 3 or maybe 4 coins that I'm mining, and I'm just sticking with them. I'm not going to chase all the different coins daily to see which one I can get. I'm going to have 15 bags, and they're all going to have, you know, $10 in each one. I'd rather have, you know, 1 or 2 bags with 50 or 60 bucks in each one instead. And that's how I'm looking at it. You know, if I ever did want to sell, which I'm not, I'm sitting on everything I got that I'm mining. There's no point to really, in my opinion, to sell right now. I think we're doing exactly what I said. We're all spec mining, and there's really nothing you can do about that. Right now, we just got to look towards the future. We just got to keep level heads, not pull all of our hair out of our head and go crazy trying to chase every single coin, because I promise you there's going to be 10 other Meow coins between now and next week. I mean, not probably, but you understand what I'm saying. It just seems that every week there's something else. ETH POW or ETH W. Where are you at, ETH W? Did I pass you? Is it even? Here it is here. So, you know, this one was at the top when it came out. It's still doing decently as far as price goes. It was like, I don't know, 30 something bucks, something like that. It went down to $5. It went back up to $10. I think it's around $7 right now. So it's actually holding a little bit of value. Definitely not what Ethereum was holding in value, obviously, but it was a good idea to try. It is lasting. It doesn't seem like it's been a rug of any kind, but you don't know. You know, some of these people that have these coins or tokens that launch them out there, and I'm not saying Meow Coin is one of them, but, you know, a lot of people are mining Meow Coin. Meow Coin price may jump up, right? And when it jumps up, the people who develop Meow Coin and that are sitting on millions of their own coins as the developers, they might have, you know, held as or bought them when it first came out for, you know, thousandths of a penny, and they bought, you know, 10 million or 50 million or a trillion or whatever ridiculous number that you can buy of some of these coins, because they're so inexpensive. But, you know, they have this many of them. And again, I'm not saying anything against Meow Coin. I'm just saying that there may be projects like that where all of a sudden these people who started these projects are like, wow, you know, my coins that I bought, I spent $100 on and I got a trillion coins. Now that $100 is worth, you know, I don't know, $5,000, $10,000 maybe, because they have so many of them that they just decide, you know what, dump it. Let me get my money now. And then when somebody sees a dump, other people start dumping, and it just starts that chain reaction. And next thing you know, XYZ coin that just came out is now worth, you know, tens of thousands of a penny, when it went up to a thousandth or a hundredth of a penny, you know, and then anybody who'd been mining that, it's like I said in one of my previous videos, I think it was 2 videos ago, that really, I think unless people start holding more and selling less, knowing that, you know, I could see if we were all in you know, the black and we were making money on this, and you're like, yeah, I sell, you know, 20% of it to help pay for the electric, or I sell 50% of it every month to pay for the electric, or I sell all of it to pay for the electric and buy more GPUs, you know, whatever that might have been, because we were making money back then. The rewards were much greater. Now we're just sort of, you know, holding on and waiting for that bull run. Right now, obviously, the bear market is beating everybody up, that 1-2 punch, and there's not much to really say beyond that. And until we all start holding and sitting and waiting, and stop selling these things constantly, these prices won't have a chance to do any better. I'll be honest, I think the hard truth about it is that it's like any of these projects. As soon as it starts to go up a little bit, people just start dumping because they're like, wow, it doubled in price. And of course you want to make money on your investment, on your hardware. So of course you're going to sell when the price goes up. That's the idea. The problem is that in this bear market, when people dump, it just makes it even harder, because it's already at a low that, well, I have never seen. I wasn't here for the last bear market. I came in just a little bit into the bull run, and I enjoyed green pastures, rainbows and unicorns and all those great things. But now, you know, I had to punch another hole in my belt and pull it a little tighter, because it's lean times for all of us. So I don't know really what else to say besides start holding. Try not to dump as often as people do. You know, try to stick in as long as you can. But again, it can't be financial advice. You got to do what's best for your pocket or pocketbook. If you need the money, then by all means, sell, sell, sell. If you're able to hold, and I know I don't have tens of thousands of subscribers. I don't know, my channel isn't viewed by millions and millions of people, you know, and of course, if you want to help that, you can always give me a thumbs up for my videos. I certainly appreciate that. And at the end of the video, subscribe to the button over there. But, you know, maybe as more and more people see these videos and think about what they're doing and just know that there really is no definitive road that we're traveling on right now. Anyway, I'm just going to look at a couple more things real quick. Let's take a look at the 3060s that were just recently sold on eBay. You know, 265. This guy's selling 350 for. He sold one for 300, 309, 250, 295, 309. So we're looking at around 250 to 300 bucks. I think you could probably, you know, run away with a card. Let's see, this is 3060. So this was a 3060 Ti. So this person got themselves not so good of a price on that one. There's a 3060 Ti for 300 bucks. Here's a 3060 for almost 300 bucks. So it's a real, you know, crapshoot on what you're selling. Here's the 3060 Ti's that I was looking at those just directly at those. The other search was for 3060s, and they have some 3060 Ti's mixed in. But if we look at these, you can see around 300 bucks, 350 for a Founders. You know, really people buying Founders Edition, I think they just want to have a Founders Edition rig. And I think that's why they sell a little bit more. You know, I think they look cool. I think it's kind of like those white cards that were being sold for a while. A couple of the big crypto YouTubers were building them. And, you know, they look cool. And if you had that much money back then to just dump on that, I guess that was the cool factor. Unfortunately, my pockets weren't deep enough to, you know, venture into the cool factor area. So, you know, I didn't get that. But yeah, I guess a Founders Edition would be cool to have a nice 8-card rig. Sure looks pretty neat. You know, some of them have the LEDs on some of these other cards. And, you know, if you got a nice 8-card rig or a 6-card rig with all the LEDs flashing, you know, I guess that's a cool factor. But, you know, it's inside the grow tent, and yeah, no cool factor in there. I guess I would know it's there and I'd be like, you know, my mind. But let's look at a 3070s real quick here. So yeah, so around 300, you know, maybe a little bit more. There's one, oh, brand new, 390. Yeah, the Ti was going for like 800 bucks easy, brand new, just a couple months ago. So anyway, 3070s. Let's look at the 3070s. So this has got some Ti's in it as well. Here's a Ti for close to 400, 365 for a regular. Here's 480 for a Ti. Let's see here, regular 370. Almost 500 there. I don't know when it says best offer if that's the actual number they settled at or if that's what the person had listed it at. So I don't know exactly, but I know with the bids, obviously it is what it is. So there's a 3070 for about 350, 365, 475, let's see, if, you know, 360. So around 360. Let's look at those 3060s going for around 300. So you're looking at around $60 difference going from a 3060 to a 3070. A 3060 Ti is going for around 400 bucks, 350 to 400. Here's 350 here. Look at this one here. Somebody walked away with that one. That's a Dell OEM. I've seen them and I've debated on them because I've seen them going pretty cheap. But I don't know if, and I'm not saying I'm buying any cards right now, but when I see a card that's like, you know, 20 minutes till the last bid and it's selling for like 250 bucks, it's hard not to want to jump on them because I'm still in the mindset from before. I still feel like I'm going a million miles an hour from before, you know, trying to scoop up what different cards you could get, you know. Let's look at some other 3070s in here, you know, 3070 Ti, man, 920. He must have wanted that one. Again, that's that best offer, I guess, here, or buy now. No, buy now. It's open box. I wonder if it was open box brand new or if it was open box used. But you can see around 350, 400. Here's a couple 500s. You know, and again, it really matters on when these auctions end. If you catch an auction that's ending at like 3 in the morning, say Eastern time, in my opinion, that's a great time. 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, because then if you think about West Coast, about 3 hours difference, you're looking at like, you know, 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, and most people are sleeping. And they're not going to follow through on their bid. They probably hit that final bid before they go to bed. And they're like, okay, it is what it is. So if you can stay up and catch some of these deals late night, I have seen some going for 3060s in particular. I've seen some 250s in there. These are going for a little higher, 290, 290. Here's a 237 right there. So, you know, again, this might have been one of those 4 a.m. auctions, 275. Here's a 250 right here. You know, again, you know, best offer. That guy just took it and took the money and ran. What's this? Pre-owned. Is this right? This can't even be right. This is something. This is like, it's got to be a fake something. I can't believe that somebody got one for 99 bucks. Let's click on that one just for funsy. Yeah, they couldn't find it. We looked everywhere. We couldn't find it. It's because it was probably a scam and somebody pissed away 100 bucks. They probably got their money back because eBay's halfway reasonable with that, but I don't trust eBay as far as I could throw them. And you know, with my bad knee, I shouldn't be throwing anybody. Let's see. Yeah, so not the greatest on a lot of these numbers. And just for shits and giggles, because I got a couple cards that are in this range, here's some 580s. They were going for about 150, 125, and they came down. They're going for 100, 110. I saw some for like, you know, 90 bucks, 95 bucks. Now it looks like we've finally gotten down a little further into the $75 range, 73, 72, you know, a couple little higher up there, 107. I can see some people spending a little bit more on a card in particular because, you know, they have a rig and they've got 5 other ones and they want to just top it off with the last one. So maybe they spent a little more. But, you know, I mean, this is a little bit more realistic here. 60 bucks, 70 bucks, things like that. So anyway, here's a black version for 95. You know, I always wanted to put a full black version together. I have one. But now profitability with this is, you know, really not even there. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, these are all different ones that you can look at, these different websites. There's lots of different things. You know, here's Zill losing 12 cents. And let's look at Zill real quick if we could find it before we wrap this up. If I can just scroll down and see it. Did I pass it? You just gotta help me out. Yell if you see me passing it. Is it even listed? It's got to be listed here somewhere. No, probably went by it and didn't even see it. Anyway, you get the point. There's a lot of different opinions. I don't know where all the information comes from and how they figure all of this out. But I mean, to tell me that I'm 19 cents profitable, yeah, I'm not gonna agree with that. I'm gonna say, you know, the big negative. Look at that, Ethereum 0. Oh, surprise. Anyway, you know, it would be great if we were back at this point. This website is definitely a place to come if you want to feel good about things. I think that's about all it's worth right now. Perhaps these numbers are wrong as far as profit goes, but, you know, maybe it does have these in straight because, you know, Nyaxa is up there a little ways. Let's see on what to mine, because we all seem to trust what to mine. And I'm not saying I don't trust them, but, you know, Nyaxa is up there, but their Raven coin is down a little ways here. So, you know, where are we going? What are we doing? I don't know. But like I said, friends, I'm driving the bus and we're going till the wheels fall off. I'm running this thing 24 hours a day. I got both my rigs going. I am going to take that that card, the 6-card rig, the one with the 470s and the 580. What else do I have in there? I always forget the. Yeah, I got the 580, 570, and the 480s. Yeah, and the 570. But I'm going to run that. I'm going to bring that into the bedroom. And I'll be honest, I mentioned in my other video, I'm going to put it in there for the heat. I'll be dead honest. You know, you want to turn the heat on in your house and heat up the entire second floor of my house for the only 2 rooms that we're using in it, you know, for the wife and I and my son. There's really no reason. I'm going to be buying a little mini ASIC, probably something to mine library coin, and I'm going to stick that in my son's room, and I'm going to throw this one in my bedroom, and I probably won't have to turn the heat on much this winter. I got to be honest. And I'll tell you what, factor that in with the savings and do the math. I'm not sure what else to tell you. Next phase for Euclid mining is I'm going to be looking into some solar panels. Maybe just a couple to start off and see where I go. But, you know, with a market the way it looks, slim pickings and tough times. Just stay strong, keep on mining. I appreciate y'all checking in. If you want to subscribe, hit the video there. Check out any of my other ones right up over there. Probably throwing a how to mine Neoxa video or something like that. Yeah, maybe Neoxa, maybe Caspa, I don't know. But I'll throw one up over there for you. Of course, I always love those thumbs up. I always appreciate them. Again, thanks for checking in, and I'll see y'all next time.